You're not half the woman your sister is, my parents said at dinner. I pushed my chair back. I'll never forget the night it finally broke me. We were all sitting at the dinner table, the clinking of cutlery filling the silence between my parents, my sister Nora, and me. I was already on edge. I could sense the tension in the air. My mother leaned back, sighed, and then said it, her voice sharp enough to cut through my chest. You're not half the woman your sister is, Eliza. The words landed like daggers. My fork slipped from my hand and hit the plate with a hollow clang. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. I could hear the blood rushing in my ears. My father nodded in agreement, almost casually, as though they were stating a fact. Nora sat across from me, expression unreadable. I felt my throat tighten, but I forced myself to stay calm. I pushed my chair back slowly, the legs scraping against the floor, the sound shrill in the silence. My hands trembled under the table, but my voice came out steady. Really? Not half the woman? I asked, looking directly at them. My mother rolled her eyes. Nora has always been stronger, smarter, more reliable. She's the reason we're still in this house. She's the one who stepped up when times were hard. That was the moment I almost laughed, not out of joy, but disbelief. For 3 years, I had been quietly carrying the weight of their mortgage, scraping every penny I could, transferring money late at night, skipping meals, skipping vacations, saying no to every dream I once had. $72,000. That's what I poured into saving this house. And yet, in their eyes, I was still the weak one. But Nora just sat there, lips pressed together, and my heart ached because she knew. She knew every transfer. She knew every sleepless night when I called her, panicking over late fees, over bills that would crush us all. And she let them believe it was her. My father's voice broke my spiral. Eliza, you've always been sensitive. It's not your fault. But Nora's the one who got things done. Something inside me snapped. I had been silent too long. I stood up. You want to know who got things done? Fine, let's talk about that. Their eyes shot up to me, confusion etched across their faces. My chest was burning, my hands shaking, but I couldn't stop now. I grabbed my phone, opened my banking app, and laid it flat on the table. Every month. Every transfer. Every single dollar that kept this roof over your head came from me. Not Nora, me. The room went still. My mother blinked rapidly, her lips parting in disbelief. My father leaned forward, squinting at the screen, his face draining of color, and Nora's mask cracked. Eliza, she began, but I cut her off. No, you don't get to speak now. For 3 years, I let you carry the credit. I let you have the glory. I thought maybe our parents would finally see me differently if I didn't need their approval. But what did it get me? More silence. More dismissal. More of this. My voice cracked, but I pressed on. You let them worship you while I drowned. You let them believe their golden daughter saved them. While I was being erased in my own family, Nora's face flushed crimson, and for the first time in my life, she looked small. She opened her mouth, but no words came. My father pushed back his chair, stumbling to his feet. Is this true? He demanded, voice trembling. Nora couldn't meet his eyes. That was answer enough. My mother whispered, Eliza. But her voice was thin, guilty. I felt a strange calm wash over me. For years, I had begged for their love, for their recognition, for a seat at the table as their equal daughter. But in that moment, I realized maybe I didn't need it anymore. I picked up my phone, slid it back into my pocket, and stood tall. You compared me to her my entire life. Tonight, you got your answer. I am not half the woman she is. I am more. And maybe that's the problem. You never wanted to see it. I walked away from the table, my footsteps echoing in the heavy silence. My heart was pounding, tears stung at the corners of my eyes, but for the first time, I felt free. Behind me, I heard my mother's sob, my father's whisper, and Nora's silence. The house suddenly felt small, suffocating, but the night air outside, it felt like freedom. And as I stepped into it, I knew something deep in my soul. Sometimes, the greatest act of love you can give yourself is the courage to stop begging for recognition and start living for your own worth. Because when the people meant to love you choose blindness, the bravest thing you can do is open your own eyes and finally walk away. Asterisk, asterisk. In the end, I learned that silence doesn't protect you, it only protects the lies of others. And sometimes, the greatest act of power is not proving your worth to those who refuse to see it, but walking away with your dignity intact.